Well, I mean, it's my second major. It's not. It's like the fourth or fifth major for my guys, and major is always a different tournament. Maybe only for us, I don't know, but I think for everyone, everybody feels a little bit more stressed than usual, and the games are more hardcore in terms of like mental strength. And I'm glad we qualified. Last major we qualified 3-1 from Challenger as well, so maybe we can do the run again. And yeah, good game to Force, and I'm happy we won.
Yeah, I imagine it was quite a sigh of relief after the initial start on Dust 2. I don't want to focus on that for too long, obviously, because we saw you going down at 11-0. But what do you think, what was the matter in the opening stages of your map pick?
I don't know. My hands were shaking at the start. If I'm completely honest, I don't know what was it. Either was it that we didn't play Force for a while and they played pretty good, or maybe because I respect them as players. I'm not sure, but I don't know about other guys what happened. But the communication wasn't there. The micro skill of our like aim and everything like that wasn't there. And at like 9-0, I just yelled, "Yo, can we actually win at least one round and then we can lose the map?" But yeah, I'm glad that the important thing about this too is that those rounds that we got back on CT side, it gave the momentum for Mirage. So overall, we ended the map good.
I have a question, Yekinder, about some of the roles on your team. I mean, there's been kind of some speculation floating around about just kind of with the tumultuous time your team is in that some kind of positions or spots have changed. I haven't really seen anybody's spots change too much or anything, but is there any truth to that? Like in terms of calling priority or anything like that? Are certain people stepping up that aren't before?
I mean, we changed on Mirage that I'm now short. I used to play A before on Katowice as well, I think. And Buster went B. Kicker went back towards A.
Okay.
And that's the only spots we actually changed. But communication-wise, yeah, a lot more clutch situations are on Flit now.
Oh, okay.
And he's focusing on his game in clutch, but James still is the main brain.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Yekinda, for you personally, it's been a bit up and down. You know, your individual performance have been okay without being too good. This game, you're playing much better. How do you feel? You know, as Yekinda coming into this major, do you feel like you're in a good shape?
A lot of people were saying that I don't look happy when we won the games, and I actually was a bit sick the first like two days, and now I'm feeling better. And people wanted to see Happy Yekinder, they got Happy Yekinder.
We have a smile on your face, right? This game in particular, right? Inferno, can you, when I watch you play, right, sometimes I think you're a maniac, right? You do stuff that you're not supposed to do, and you had a round where you ran down Banana as well and took 90 damage from a Molotov for no reason.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
what's going on in your head?
Yeah, it's just... Guys, you know, it's mind games.
Also, you're feeling good.
What about the re-peeking with the MP9 where you peeked, you got one, you peeked again, you damaged them?
Oh yeah, that's
the third time.
I wanted to go away, but Buster's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a perfect flash," and Jerry's just sitting there, boom, flash. He's not even blind.
Not even blind. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess that is what happened. It said flash assist from Buster, but it killed you.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't team flash though. Actually, it's just what it says.
Yes.
Speaking of Buster's name, I know Maui. You wanted to bring up a particular moment from Buster.
Oh, yeah.
Good that we have Yekinder here, maybe to explain this.
Yeah, but Yekinder, what did you think of this when this was actually a pretty tense moment? You guys were
back
no. and Buster misses the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see this reaction, but I mean, it happens to the best of us, and you know, just maybe. One round doesn't mean anything.
No, like, we just wanted to break. It
like,
was funny.
Yeah.
It would be a bit sad if we lost the game because of it, but even then we would all understand. It's all good. We all understand that I tried to touch a bit Buster so he doesn't tilt. But yeah.
I wanted to ask a little bit about the mentality of the team. We were kind of making a slight joke that we don't feel like you guys are actually really affected by the scoreline at all. Kind of at any point in the game, you guys can put your foot to the floor and kind of get back into it. Does that kind of reflect inside the server for you guys? Are you kind of not thrown off, not put into pressure? If you're seeing, an 11-0 deficit, how is that kind of mentally for you guys? Are you not bothered by it?
Well, if there's a viewer that has time and has patience and will to check the games that we come back during these two years, there have been like at least 15 or 20 comebacks, and when you win a lot of comebacks, you just believe you know that the things you're doing are the right things, and you know it's gonna work if you do it really good, and usually why those heavy starts for enemies are starting is because we're making mistakes, and until we actually do it properly, it's hard to win round.
So the way I've framed this before about you guys is it feels like you are always just kind of playing a number theory sort of game where, like you're kind of saying, if you do a play 10 times, that's going to work 8 out of 10 times. And it feels like the 2 times it doesn't work, it looks so bad.
Yeah.
But when it does, and which happens more often than not, you guys look really smart. Would you agree that's kind of part of your philosophy?
Well, you're describing how do I say it? A team that tries to get into the hole like by random calling that round. You know, they expect, because for example, if we think of Mirage, right? You think nobody's going to be con and they're going to play 3B.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do a set strat where you walk out con smoke without any grenades, for example, yeah?
Right.
And if it works, oh my god, they're geniuses. Yes,
Yeah.
of course, that is it is like you think, but we have a lot of more depth inside it.
Sure. I kind of reference, I think day 1 you were playing a Dust 2 game and you had 4 alive versus 3 and you guys 4 stacked A, for example, though.
Yeah.
Those kind of plays when they actually just end up going B. I think it was a Brazilian team.
It might be.
Yeah,
might be
because
hard,
yeah, because like better not to lose guns, and you know, like if you're 2 on site against 3 people, especially on this 2 Mirage, or
Yeah, it can be
like,
tough to hold
yeah.
anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yekindar, just before we do let you go, I want to get your thoughts on our final series of the day. I know you've obviously been focusing a lot on your game, but Ents versus Bad News Eagles, who are you favouring to go through from this game?
As much as I love my friends from which team? How do you think?
Bad News Eagles.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're my FPL buddies. But as much as I love them, Ents are playing really good CS. I rated FaZe #1 team at this tournament before, but now I even don't know because Ents seem to face roll, and they have insane firepower. Spinks, man. He I used to play FPL with him a lot before, and he just got so much better. So I'm gonna give it Ents, but
Could
I would root for
Yeah, go for it.
Bad News.
Okay. What do you think about the way that Snappy calls where it's just out of spawn based off of their spawn points? What do you think are the limitations and strengths of that kind of calling?
Yeah, if they're winning, then it's good. And if they're winning duels, then it's good. So if you don't win duels, it's gonna be bad.
That's deep.
Yeah,
Profound.
yeah, CS is not a hard game.
Sure.
Well, Yekindar, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys heading on into the Legend stage. Of course, we have one more spot today for either Bad News Eagles or Ents to be making it through. We're going to throw it to a quick break, but when we're back, we're going to be breaking